Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So this is the first of my Saturday videos for March. This video is going to air on 3/4/2023. I am doing a Lattice card featuring the Easter Bunny bundle and did I still have the DSP? I was inspired. Nope, that's not it. There was, let's see. I'm going to lose it. Okay, here we go. See this print here on this DSP? This is the last year's neutral design 6x6. Anyways, that's what this whole card was about, and I've spent the past hour and a half prepping and figuring out how to do this. So let me show you my first sample. This was using a little piece left over of Pretty in Pink. This is Balmy Blue. This is Whisper White. And I think it came out really cute. And I was like, okay. But my thing for March, I'll be honest with you, is I am going to try to use only Very Vanilla for my cardstock. So let me show you the actual card we are going to create. Change the colors up, of course. So, let me see. I'm going to have to raise my camera. I can already tell. So, let me get that done. And I'll bring back the other one. Let's bring that up a bit. You can see I have quite a bit of stuff on my desk. I don't know why I'm getting so many shadows. Let me try to get some more light down here. So, okay. This was my first card that I was playing around with this idea. So this is Balmy Blue, Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to show you how I did my bunny, but this is a much softer version. It is with Pale Papaya and Soft Succulent, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely loved it. And so this is what we are going to create, and I'm going to walk you through everything we're going to need to do this. So I have it. I think, you know, just when you think you have everything in play, let's see. You guys can't quite see this. So our card base, let's start with that. Our card base is 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2, and that's in Soft Succulent. You're going to need one of those. Next we have, it says the layer under the lattice. So that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. We'll trim this down. I put down here, cut 2 at 3 3/4 by 5. One we will cut down to that 3 3/4 by 5 1/8. It just fits better. And that's in Pale Papaya. So let's go to the largest rectangles. I'm going to show you how I got my frame. Here we go. This is a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. I took the largest rectangle frame and the third largest one, used some washi tape, held them together, put them on a piece of cardstock, and ran that through my die cutting machine. Whatever one of your choice. And it, little note here, okay? This inside piece that we're cutting out, this piece from the inside frame, that is what we're going to use on the inside of the card. So let me give you a peek at that. That's where this came from. This came from inside here, okay? So don't toss that or set it aside. The lattice strips you'll need, they're 1/4 inch by 8 1/2 strips, and I cut 4 of them, or 5. Here we go. Here's my lattice strips. For our sentiment piece, I just had it and I've lost it now. Here we go. This sentiment strip, let's see, Very Vanilla. 1 3/8 by 3 1/2 for sentiment. And that extra is so when you hold it in there, you don't have to make a handle to get it in there. You will need also a strip of Very Vanilla that's 1/2 inch by 3 for the grass. We're going to stamp the grass in Black Memento and color in with Soft Succulent blends in, adding a little bit of Balmy Blue to it. So, and there's my Pale Papaya. This is the other things we're going to be using. The Easter Bunny Bundle, the white jelly roll pen, blends are fresh freesia, pale papaya, balmy blue, soft succulent. Ink, we're going to be using early espresso, soft succulent, black memento, and you're going to need a small toothbrush. So let's get started. I'm hoping I got all of that done, and I'm hoping y'all can see this. So what do I want to do first? Looking at this, we're going to stamp first. So we're going to start stamping with early espresso. Oh, and I forgot to add, we're using that double oval punch. So we're going to use the sentiment from the stamp set. This is the Easter Bunny stamp set. We're going to be using Happy Easter, enjoy all the little moments, and you're a friend like no other. So first we're going to stamp you're a friend like no other. And on either end of your strip over to the far end, because we're going to do the little butterfly on here. All right, so that's the first one. We're going to go ahead and punch this out as far over as you can get it. Oop, that's the wrong one. We want it on the small oval. Almost messed it up there. And see, that's why I left that extra bit, so it has that. Next, we're going to need the memento. Trying to get all of that out of the way. So you're going to stamp that little butterfly in the memento right there next to the friend. And we'll color that in later. I'm going to set that aside up there. Next, we're going to take that 1/2 inch strip by 3 and stamp in black memento. And you want to make sure you bring this grass, at least for me. I brought it all the way down to the bottom. And I kind of left a little, well, not so much of a gap, but you can leave a gap there in between the grass, because we're going to color that in. I'm looking at my card. That's all the memento we need. So we're going to color this in a minute. I'm looking for our scrap piece of pale papaya and the bunny that goes with the punch. We're going to stamp this in early espresso. I'm going to get all of these goodies done and out of the way. And punch it out, of course, with that bunny punch. And just kind of line it up. Now I'm going to show you, I did a whole bunch of these bunnies yesterday. I was just out here having a play with them. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to punch the top oval out. And we are done with that punch. I'm going to set that up on there. Let me show you all these bunnies I punched out. So those are going up there. Those are our pieces. This one, I didn't like it with the jelly roll, but I did a balmy blue, orchid oasis, so saffron, mango melody, fresh freesia, crumb cake. I was just playing around. This one's on very vanilla. This was pretty in pink, flirty flamingo, and another fresh freesia. I have all these bunnies just sitting here waiting to be used for something, and they will be. So I'm going to move those stamp blocks. What else do we did our bunny. Okay, so we've stamped your friend, we've stamped the butterfly, we've stamped our bunny. We need the inside. To do our inside piece, let's close this up. Well, I'm not going to close it because we're going to use it in a minute, but I'm going to show you how we do that. You will need, where did my case go? Right here. I have this plastic case. I lost it for a while. Anyways, I'm going to use this. I'm going to squeeze it like here because this is where you need that small toothbrush. And take our, this is our frame we made. This is our insert piece, right? We're going to put these here. Then you're going to need both of your pale papayas. So as best you can get them on here, just like that. I'm going to take my toothbrush. I'm going to get it wet, and I have a little like spray bottle here. So I just wanted my brushes on there to be a little wet. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to rub it in the ink there. You can also touch it on your ink thing. And now, kind of bring this up. I'm flicking it with my finger. That's why I have all over my cardstock. I'm going to have to pick up some more. And it's just going to add a little bit more of color and a softening to it. It's very, very light, and it's very soft and pretty. So that's the fresh freesia. I mean, soft succulent. I don't know why I said fresh freesia. I'm going to wipe my finger off on my Stampin' Chamois, my little toothbrush, and we'll take it in to be cleaned. So these are coming out, and we're going to continue our stamping on our insert piece that is cut out. So on this one, we're going to start again with fresh freesia, and we're going to stamp Happy Easter at the top. Beautiful. Next, we're coming in with our early espresso. Enjoy all the little moments. And I'm going to stamp that right under Happy Easter. And then I'm going to close, well, not that one up. I'm going to close up the soft succulent, because I'm going to bring back our black memento for the Easter eggs. Here they go. For a minute there, I thought I lost them. So memento for our Easter eggs all the way down here at the bottom. Now we're not done stamping yet. Okay, this is a lot of stamping. We have an envelope to do, and that is all going to be done in, let me show you my envelope here. Isn't it cute? It's a very vanilla envelope. So I did the same on the front and the back of the envelope, making sure your flap is up. We're going to stamp this wee bunny that is in our stamp set. And I know that you should stamp things to the left-hand side, but the way the bunny is facing, he needs to be stamped on the right. And it's okay that the mail is going to code it down there, because it's just going to go through his body. We're going to flip it over and do one more bunny. Yikes. Right here. Try not to get that. Ta-da! Now we need our little butterfly. I'm going to clean it off because it had memento on it. And I don't want any memento on it now. So we're just doing one in that corner and one up here. Ta-da! So it's so cute. I had to. It was so worth doing. So now our envelope is done. I'm going to set that with my other one right in front of me. And we are going to, let's do our coloring. So this is my little grass section right here, and trust me, it does need it. I tried not to doing it, and I felt it really needed it. To do this, you just need the balmy blue. I started with balmy blue, that is, and we are adding a sky. Now on some of them, I'm not going all the way down with the balmy blue because I'm going to have that still be grass. On the ones where it's like a V, right in these sections, I'm doing, and just coming down everywhere there's a V, I go all the way down into the V. If it's not a V, I don't go all the way down into it. So V all the way down. If it's not a V, I don't go all the way down. V all the way down. No V, just a bit there, and just work it all the way across. There's no V, here's a V, and there's a V. Okay, that's the balmy blue. I'm not really doing a whole lot of blending. This, I'm going to start with the dark, and I normally don't use this type of, I don't know what type of tip you would call it, the ball tip. But with this one, all these little ones that are off to the side, I did those solid because I felt that it could be shadows. And then I just came in and marked a bit to give it just a little bit of shading in the grass. If it was a V, I just did the V. Here's a V. Okay, that's all for the dark. Oops, dropped my cap. Don't want to leave it off as they are alcohol based. And I'm going to go in back with my brush tip again, because that is the tip I personally prefer, but it's up to you on what you like to use. And I'm coming in with the soft succulent. And did I just realize, I thought I did balmy blue. Did I do the sky? Let's see. No, it's just soft succulent for a minute there. I was like, did I just color my sky of my grass in? All right, so soft succulent. Here we go. Just brushing it, and I'm brushing strokes like this. Let me see if this will work better. Real lightly. There's my grass. And I kind of want it, like, why is it? I'm going to go over my grass one more time. I want to deepen that up some. I guess I could go dark all the way on it, but I really didn't want to. I just want more of a differential. There we go. So we are done with our little grassy piece, and we're going to keep this out because we're going to do some on our butterfly. So I'm going to do those two little circles in the soft succulent. I'm going to come in with our pale papaya, and I want the light pale papaya. I don't even think I used the dark, though I did pull it. So the light pale papaya for those large pieces, the light freesia for the ones behind the wings, just because I wanted to add that in there. And then the balmy blue for the general full body of the butterfly. And then we are not done, okay? We still have our Easter eggs to do. So I'm going to do one piece here blue in the balmy blue. I'm going to take and do some squares. I'm just doing random squares. It's up to you. I'm going to do a circle here and maybe this circle in the blue. So back to our pale papaya. That's dark. I don't want the dark. I just want the light ones. So I'm going to choose, let's see. We'll do the top one in pale papaya. And let's do the circle here in pale papaya in that little bit. So we're going to bring in, again, the fresh freesia, the light. Let me make sure. And I'm going to do this circle here. I'm going to do that piece. and this one, and I'm gonna do the bottom part of my Easter egg. Now you can shade and you can do as much or as little as you want. I'm coming in now with the soft succulent. I'm gonna do this piece here. Did I go with the dark? Nope, this says light. And I'm gonna choose to do, and I'm gonna leave a few of these blank as with the whole egg. So that's as simple as that is. Now the jelly roll. Let me show you how to do Mr. Bunny. This was so good. I start my pen off on the side. I just scribbled in his ear. It's just highlighting it. Then I went a little here, a little there. I'm gonna do a whole lot on his cheek, in his whiskers. I'm giving him white fur, and all I'm doing is scribbling in little circles or straight all down here. I did the little tufts on his little feet. I thought would be cute, and I brought it up kind of booty-ish. And I'm going to do the same on this foot. I'm going to come all the way across the bottom. Up on his hip, just giving him a little outline. We're going to do the whole entire tail. And then I'm going to come in just a few areas on his backside, around there. And there's our bunny, and it just adds so much character. And you can also take it, and I'm going to add a few lines here. Do a little highlighting on our eggs, like so. So we are all ready to see about our pieces now. So we are going to go ahead and glue this piece down to that piece. There we have it, because after this we're putting our lattice together. So this needs a glue dot, and I do have one. We're putting a glue dot on our bunny where we want the bow. Any glue dots you have will work. Tear tape will work. There's lots of things. So we have our pieces ready to go when we are ready. I'm going to set those up there again. And that piece. And that piece. And I'm going to show you now how to work with making the lattice. This is the most time-consuming part. So I have all of these strips I made. I flip my frame over. I'm going to put glue in one corner of the frame and simply put a strip there. Now I'm going to take another strip, and I'm simply eyeballing this to see, okay, that looks good. So let me do it again. So I'm going to add some glue here, and sometimes I get the glue not in the right spot, and that's okay, because it's all going to get glued to another sheet. It's just about there. I'm going to take another one and put it, you can actually run glue all the way down the side for sticking these strips. And then I have some cut off. I'm going to use those because I want a little bit more about right there. So next you got to trim these off because you're going to use those pieces on the other side of it. We're going to need them. Hopefully I did enough strips. All right, so this long piece here is gonna do, we're gonna finish this up. I'm just gonna add some glue along here and some glue here, so it makes it easier to stick these down too. To adjust where I want them. And I don't mind trimming them off. Now I'm gonna start here. And I gotta put glue on the little strips we just glued down. I wouldn't make a ton of these cards, but for a very special someone, makes a beautiful, beautiful card. So next I've got to look, I turn it. That's why I love my glass mat. I just clean it up. Next, I'm going to add glue here, 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 here. And I am not measuring where I'm sticking my lattice. I am literally eyeballing it. And I will either like it or I won't like it. It's just that simple. Where it's going. If I didn't get the glue in the right spot, just add some more in there. Now this piece, I'm gonna go right there. And I hope everyone is having a great new year. 3 months in when this project airs. I just can't believe it's been that long already. It's already blowing my mind. It's like February. You can see I've got quite a bit of wet glue drying here, so I'm gonna snip off these little ends because I don't want them. That one needs to be done from the other side, so I can use that edge of the frame as we're almost done now. It won't take any time now because we got all of the elements ready to go. I'm just trimming my lattice pieces down. We don't want any little lattice hanging off. Move those aside, and we have 2 more pieces to get on here. So this looks about right. So I had cut 5 of these strips. Oh, looks like I did do the glue there. Didn't get right where I needed it. And this little strip will be right there. Now, you can choose. On my first card, I glued this directly down to my colored cardstock piece. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm just making sure I don't have no little bits hanging over. So, my first card, I glued the lattice directly down onto my colored cardstock. On the one we are going to do today, I don't know if you can see that, there's dimension there, and I used the little dimensional strips to do that. So I just simply took a strip and first one I did is I cut it in half, and I'm going to put a half here and a half here, because I don't need to do the entire perimeter, just sections of it to make it stay on the card. So there's that. Gonna need a few more. These I'm gonna cut a little smaller. I'm gonna do this one probably in thirds, and then one of those thirds in half. So I'm gonna do one here. The third I did in half in the middle. And then I'm gonna take another third and do it in half again. It's just my process. Take the other third, do it in half. Now, for the center, you are going to need a piece. So I'm just going to peel up a bit, half of one of these strips, and do 3 sections. In the center, I did a piece, and I did one there. And I'm going to hold this up so you guys get a look at this. See, 1, 2, and this piece is a bit big, but that's okay. So let me make sure you guys can really see where I put my dimensional strips. And guys, I keep mine cut in, what is this section? I cut them, they're about 4-inch. Just because it's easier and they stick in the little container I like to keep them in. So taking off all of those bits. Like I said, you do not have to do this step. You can glue this directly down to the card and it looks great too. I just, I was sitting here playing and I'm like, ooh, wouldn't that be interesting to pop that all up? So those are all off. Let's move all of that aside. And remember, I told you one of these we needed to trim down. Let me get the guillotine. So this you're going to see it's 3 3/4 by 5. Maybe I don't need to trim this one down. No, you don't. So I'm going to stick this down while I'm standing up. And it being that little bit, oh no, wrong spot. Making sure, because I don't want to have to go trimming it all off. Which, nope, that works. Perfect. So now we can put that onto our card base. Just like that. We're going to glue this down. I think it came out so pretty. This is going to go here, and yes, I'm going to put little dimensionals. I must have put them back in the container. So let's see, where are my glue scissors? We're going to need little bits of them. So I want this here. Gonna stick one there. Actually, I should just stick quite a bit of one there and just be done with it for the center. Maybe. Now our Easter Bunny is going to come down here. He's going to go on dimensionals, but before we do that, we need our little grass strip right here. And to get that on here, I just put glue on the lattice because it's just really resting right inside there. Now our Easter bunny, ta-da, is going to need dimensionals right in that opening. That's kind of why I thought I would cut these. And let's see what we have. I'm going to stick one right here. And that other little piece right about there. Oh my gosh, it's so cute, guys. And it's got that dimension. I absolutely love this. And we're going to make the inside just as darling. But before we do, I have been using the limited edition stamp set. And for February, I used Made with Love. I mean, January, my cards all had Made with Love. February, I used One of a Kind. This month, we're using Just for You, and we're going to use that in Versamark. And it's going to go right there on our card. Just a little added bit. And now we are going to bring that piece in. This is our second piece, that is 3 3/4 by 5 of pale papaya that we spritz with the soft succulent. And we have our insert piece that we cut out from our frame to put on the inside of our card. So we're going to glue that down. And then you get to see it next to its darling little envelope. And it is darling. I just love the bunnies. I can't help myself. Even if you don't celebrate Easter, the bunnies are so cute. Oh, so I can't wait a whole month to play with this set, this bundle. That's what I'm concentrating on. So where did my envelopes go? Oh, here we go. So that's the inside. Let me bring this one in. This is the outside, inside, and our envelope. Can see my little thing. So anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Let me bring the camera down and give you a close-up view of the project. Like I said, we have pale papaya soft succulent, balmy blue soft succulent. We brought in a little fresh freesia on our little Easter eggs, and I used this jelly roll number 5 to do the white on there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And by the way, I am one person away from 500. Hopefully by the time this video airs, I will be there at my subscribing, and I'm so excited. And some of you might think, well, that's not much, but it is for me. And I love doing this. So I hope you had a great time watching this video. I hope you're encouraged to try it. Please let me know if you do. I would love to know. And come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.